Alright, wife's asleep, kids are asleep, let's play some video games. My name is not John Smith and today we're playing Timberborn, hard mode made easy. Let's start a new game as the Iron Thief on the map Spillage, and obviously we're gonna go with hard difficulty. Let's name our settlement Rusty Hope, hit start and then hit pause right away. As always, we are going to start this series more like in a tutorial style, and then we'll turn this into a let's play where we'll just have fun. So, first things first, you wanna up your workers in the district center so that you have 4 guys working in there. Then what beavers always need is water, food, a steady supply of lumber, and then enough water and food to survive the dry seasons. And then, you know, be prepared against the bad tides. So we'll start by planning our buildings. We will build a deep water pump over here. I'm gonna plan the second one right next to it and pause it right away. Then I always like to, you know, lay out my paths. We'll use those stairs down later on. Then we wanna have something like this. With the paths, you wanna be careful that you don't waste too much of the irrigated land that you need for planting crops and planting trees. So let's see, what do we want to do over here? Something like that, maybe. I always want to enclose my district center. Let's see, what about this? Sure, why not? And then we want to place some gatherer flags. I'm gonna place 3 for now. We'll probably reduce them later on, but you can use the gatherer flags as storage space. You don't need to build storage for the berries right away. So if one is full, you can pause this and then the gatherer can go to the next one. Also, the faster you start clearing all those berries here, the faster they can regrow. That's just a tiny bit of min-maxing. Also want to place down a farmhouse. You know what? Also, let's also plan the second one and pause this. And then we obviously need wood. We will need a forester rather sooner than later. And so let's see where we can build that so that he can, you know, reach everything that's important. Something like this is probably nice. Now the old put your finger on the screen trick so that I can remember where to put the path. Did I do that correctly now? Looks good. And then place down... Hold on, how did I want to do that now? Like this? Yeah. Place down a couple of lumberjack flags. Same thing as with the berries, you can use those as storage in the beginning. Don't forget to mark the tree cutting area so that they know what to do. I'm gonna mark everything here. Should we, you know, plant some trees here. Also, this will probably be used soon-ish. And this one as well. Also plant some crops. Kohlrabi is this for the Iron Thief. The folktales have obviously have the carrots. Is this enough kohlrabi? I don't know. Let's do more than we... You know, better be safe than sorry. Do this as well. Probably not needed. But I don't want my beavers to starve, so sure. What we also want to have is storage for water. 1 tank next to the pumps, and then... Well, this is probably fertile as well, right? So let's see. Just do kohlrabis here, and if they don't grow, then we know what to get rid of. We'll also plan our, you know, more water tanks. I don't know, let's say over here do 6 more and pause, I don't know, pause 3 of them for now and put the other ones on really low priority. We can up the priority later. Oh yeah, also this has to be water. Then hit V and then click the other ones. Now they should also have water and then, okay, pause them again, great. Also, did this thing copy the priority? Yeah, okay. My bad. Should have done that in another order. Never mind. So, we will get lumber, we will get water, we will get berries, and they will start to plant kohlrabis. That's everything that we need before we can unpause. Double check if we have set our workers. Yes, there we go. Triple speed. Build everything, my beavers. Okay, they're starting to get the berries and to get the lumber. Usually you also want to start to plan your inventor so that you can, you know, unlock the forester. But on this map we have something special. We have those relics that will grant us science if demolished, so we can start to demolish them right away. But you know, usually just build the inventor, it's fine. Plan it early as well. The other thing that's interesting on this map is that we don't have regular water sources, we have water seeps. The water here can only rise one tile high, that's why we don't have overflow here. But that means, you know, the amount of water is really limited. You might also notice that we didn't build housing for our beavers yet. That's totally fine, they can sleep on the floor in the beginning. What we want to do with our iron teeth though is to build, where is it? Breeding pods. I don't know, let's start with... Let's plan 4, but only build 2 for the time being. Sure. For the folktales, just build as many houses as you want beavers to have, and then, you know, population management is way easier, because they won't reproduce if they don't have room for the new beavers. For the iron teeth, you're gonna have to manage the amount of breeding pods and, you know, see how long your beavers live and so on. Let's also up the priority for the workplace for our food and water producing beavers. So that, yeah, once we unpause those things, we can be sure that there's someone in there. Gonna pause all the gatherer flags, because the bushes, you know, are empty now. Kind of want to up the priority for our breeding pods. For those two. Actually, you know what? Let's do a third one. Okay, so this is looking good. They're planting the kohlrabis. Once they have planted everything, you can pause this thing. Never forget to unpause it though, as soon as the kohlrabis are ripe. Let's see if I manage to not forget that. We now want to build our industrial lumber mill to produce planks. I'm gonna build this over here. Later on we can put a, how's it called? Power geothermal engine on top of this geothermal fields, which will produce power without having, you know, to have a beaver in there. But for now we will have to rely on a large power wheel to produce power. We only want to have one worker in there and one worker in there. That will be enough for the beginning. Do I need to build a storage for the planks? I don't think so. I think this can store 13 planks, which will be enough. Yeah. Okay, so pause this thing. Unpause the gatherer. We could pause the farmhouse now. And actually, you know what? Better be safe than sorry. Unpause the second deep water pump. We don't want to run out of water. We don't want to run out of food. Right. You want to have food storage, water storage. Hold on, food storage. Build a small warehouse for... How do I want to put that? Don't know. For kohlrabi. Dry season is approaching already. The first one isn't too bad. Depending on your map, you want to have dammed up your river by now with a dam, or maybe even a levee, probably a dam. On this map, that's not needed. This won't dry up in the first dry season. What we want to do though is is close this and close that rather sooner than later. You can see over here we have a bad water seep. This will, as soon as it's no longer dormant, produce bad water in a regular season, and in a bad tide it won't produce anything in the dry season. This doesn't look too bad because that's enclosed, and bad water will only rise one tile. But we have an unstable core here. This thing will explode once it's no longer dormant. We'll get a countdown, and then the bad water will go here, and then it will come down to our colony. So we want to close this as soon as possible. Later on, in the first bad tide, those things over there, the bad tide drains, they will produce bad water, and we need to stop that from reaching our colony. So we will need to close this. Closing this here alone will not be enough because the bad water will rise in here, and we want it to go over there and, well, away from our settlement. So we'll have to build a wall here. Let me check, unpause this thing. I talked too much. And now we have food shortage. Should be fine though. I think I can safely delete the two gatherers here. I'll keep them for now. Do we have enough planks for our forester? Place it down, yes. A bit higher priority on the workplace, because we need to get our trees rolling. I also want to build more, or plant more blueberry bushes here. This probably can't be one. And then what I like to do is a couple of birch trees, so that you can get those few logs quite quickly. I'd say like this, and then do oaks. Oak trees produce way more lumber than the birch trees, but it takes 30 days. So for the quick start, some birches and then oak trees, and we'll replace the birches later on. I guess we can unpause this as well, so that they can fill our medium warehouse, because this is too much for just 2 farmers. How are we coming along? I think we also need to unpause our 4th breeding pod and give that a high priority. Well, they're eating the berries now, because they can't get all the kohlrabis in. Probably should have unpaused the farmhouse sooner. I can pause those 2 things now. We need the planks here. Oh, no, we need 1 more plank. Do not unpause it. Come on. Come on. 2 guys. Do 1 plank. There we go. Now we can pause it, put the priority down again. Okay. Yeah, you can start to plant trees. We now have 2 farmhouses. I'm gonna send you to harvest. And the other one to, well, prioritize harvesting, and the other one to prioritize planting. Yeah, our breeding pods are out of berries. That's because if we don't have enough kohlrabis, they'll eat the berries. And if we don't have enough berries, they won't reproduce. That's why having 2 farmhouses is kind of important. I don't think we need the other 2 gather flags here anymore, so I'll just delete those. Yeah, this is out of berries and out of water. Yeah, okay, but water is not a problem. Right now we have enough water stored to get through this dry season. Come on, birds. Plant more oak trees over here where you have cut down the what's it called? Pine trees. Did I mention that already? We have not yet built housing for our beavers. That's totally fine. They can sleep on the ground for quite a bit. The barracks are not that, cheap. 40 logs is quite a lot. And we need those logs for other projects first. Obviously, we want to build them some homes so that their well-being goes up. But that's not the highest priority. 2 vacancies. Where do we have our vacancies? Lumberjacks. Need more logs though. $42. Okay, now we have 50 kohlrabies. I think I can pause one farmhouse. Let's take the risk because we need the lumberjacks to you know, cut down trees. Since this is always out of berries, let's just pause it. Are those enough berries? Berry bushes. I think, yeah, I think as soon as we have enough kohlrabis, excuse me, they will eat the kohlrabis and not the berries, and it should be fine. Oh, okay, hold on. Those are full now. So process some into planks. Now we have 1 spare beaver. Unpause this. Yeah, okay, didn't look at the log storage. So let's see. What we want to do is close this off, and then, because this water seep will produce bad water in a bad tide, we will need to enclose this and, you know, with a floodgate. But for that, we want to have more science. Look at this one. There we have a relic that we'll want to reach before this is contaminated with bad water. So, first project, get up there. Unlock the platform, or do we just build a dam? Or we need levees anyway for, you know, closing all this. I'm just gonna build 1 levee here. Get up there with stairs. I don't have enough science points for the stairs, really. Kind of miscalculated now. Great. Did I not unlock the levee in my test game? Do I have to build an inventor's hut now? Well, I'm okay with that. Improvise. Okay, we have a gatherer here. We have more than enough food now. I can pause this one now. I need to unlock the stairs. 70, so we need 20 more science points. So we need an inventor to do that. You can totally get away with not having to build an inventor on this map. I messed up, but yeah, that's just how it is. Not gonna restart because of that. You now have 20 berries in here. Should not have deleted the gatherer flags. That's what I wanted to show you. Now pause this guy. And now you can fill this up with berries. Okay, the inventor is inventing away. What did I do wrong? Did I unlock the platform last time? Was the levee more expensive? Science point wise, probably. Okay, so this is still full with berries. Now he's collecting berries in there. Dry season approaching again. Should also be fine. We now have quite a bit of water stored. We should probably unpause those as well. Food is also looking good. This is probably full with lumber. Well, just switch that around. Yeah, now we're producing planks again. Okay. And enough science for now. Pause this. Unlock the stairs. Go up here. Go up there. Let's see. Stairs are cheaper than levies, but 1, 2, 3. But they need planks, and I think I'll be better off with building levies here. Go up here, go down there. This thing activates in 7 days. So, guys, you have to build this in 7 days, so that we can get this relic. Highest priority to demolish this. Actually, highest priority on all those things. I want to have this relic. You don't have anything to do in range, huh? How's this guy? Plant more oak trees. We can also harvest those. This is almost full with berries. Switch to this one. You know what? I'm gonna get rid of the inventor because I wanted to do this without an inventor. Well, what we can do is plan already what we want to do here. We want to close this off with a levee. I'm just gonna close it here, because it doesn't really make any difference. We'll use the same amount of logs if we close it here. And this bit is irrigated, so maybe we'll need that. And then over here, we have already established that this will be levees, and we need more levees here to cut off the bad water. Because, well, bad water will come out here. This will be filled. Then it will overflow here, so it's fine for this. But then it will overflow everywhere here. So it means which means it can go down there, and we need to stop it from doing that so that it can go there and whatever. Which means landscaping levees. This has to be closed as well. How will I be able to get on the other side here? Do I? Maybe we'll build stairs down. Up and down here or whatever. We'll see. This height is enough, right? Because it will flow out of this valley over here. 1 down, 2 down, 1 down, 0 down, 1 up, 1 down. Yeah. Okay, food production is looking good. Water is looking good. The berry storage is full. Okay, you know what? Build a warehouse for berries. I'm gonna put it right here. Bad water seep 3 days. Yeah, I'll look at that in a second. If I destroy this, I thought the berries would lie on the ground. Do they not? Okay, pause this for now. So this bad water seep will activate in 2.6 days. No, don't build those. You know what? Not lowest priority. Just don't build it. You have to do this first. Everything else, do not do anything else. You have enough logs and enough planks. Build this. You probably don't have enough logs. Pause this. Oh, okay, I see. We're out of logs here. Dang it. Build this. Not a big deal. We can do that. Lumberjack flags, 1, 2. Did I set this to cut the trees? Yeah. Pause you guys. You can get the logs. We have 9 planks. How many planks do you need? 8. 12. Do not pause this. You know what? That's a problem. I didn't connect those stairs. 0.6. Come on. Am I not going to make this? Don't go to sleep. Let me just say, in my test game, that was not a problem. Because I didn't forget to build the road here. Come on, guys. You can do it without being contaminated. I believe in you. We need a second guy. Yes! Okay. Okay, you can go to sleep now. That was... Oh, because we're in the middle of a dry season. That's why we got that extra point one day. Or that extra day. Okay, cut this, because this will... Cut the path, because this will now produce bad water. Oh, and look at that. The unstable core is also just telling us that it will explode soon. Which means the next most important thing is this. Okay. You know what? Also, let's give them housing. Barracks. This is for 10 beavers. We need 2. Okay. More berries in here, also berries in here. It's fine. Right. So, yeah. Okay. Now, sorry, didn't get that on camera, but now you can see this is producing bad water and it's already full. And in 10 days, this will explode, and the bad water will go over there. And hopefully we'll be able to stop it, which I think we will. I think I can unpause this guy. 3 vacancies. That's unfortunate. We're really good on food though. And water is also looking good. So is this filling up? Not yet. But I think we want to build more water storage. You know, just to be on the safe side. I don't know. Just put it here. And then press V and then this. Okay. Don't care about the berries. Okay, yeah, we do get the berries as a rubble pile. I thought that would work like this, yeah. Medium warehouse. This is for berries. This is for living, so that they don't hate me. Now I have 21 beavers, which means we will need a third one soon. The higher number of beavers you have, the more water they need and the more food they need, so don't overdo this. That being said, I think I need... Now, I also need a storage for my lumber and probably for my planks. So what I want to do now is demolish this, unfortunately. And then storage for... Let's see, how are we going to do this? Lumber and planks here as well. And then probably gears later on here. That's for gears, but pause this. That's for planks, and that's for lumber, and that's for lumber as well. But this is more important. Yeah, okay, you are doing this and we'll be fine here. 7 days. When are we going to have the first rise at the first bad tide? I don't know. let's just be bold and grab this thing. Before we close this off here. Unstable core, this one, yeah. And dry season is approaching, okay. Oh, look at that. 7 days, and this will be destroyed. Hold on. Okay, next mission. Get to this thing before it's destroyed. Can we get through here? Okay, we'll need a lumberjack. So, you know what? That's not the highest priority. Actually, pause those things. Or at least one. Pause this, this, and this. Pause everything. No, don't pause everything. Come on. Just make this the highest priority. And this, and then have a lumberjack flag here. Make this the highest priority. Don't cut everything. Just cut, I don't know, a straight line. Probably not this one. Hold on. Cut a straight line here. That's just 3 trees. You'll be able to do that. Then, okay, come on, we can get this science thingy. Stairs down here. Levee and stairs up. Don't have to do that while being paused. Unpause. Highest priority on this and that and that. And demolish this and highest priority. Can we do this in 7 days? I'm pretty sure. Because that would get destroyed and we don't want that. What else do we want to grab? This one that doesn't, you know, run away. This one will not be reachable as easy once we have closed this off. We're fine with this. Okay, don't care about the other ones. Oh, new well-being. You don't have anything to do in range, which means you can cut down the rest now. Sure. Out of logs, can you not reach those? Oh, nobody is working here. So pause you two guys. And what we now also want to start to plan is the close, you know, the closing of this this water seep for the first Badtide, because I think the first Badtide will be here rather sooner than later. So hold on, demolish resources. Let's see, how are we coming along? Oh, they already have it. Okay, that's great. Which means you can now do this. And let me think, what is more important? In closing this or closing... Well, both things are equally important for the first Badtide. That's another dry season. this full again. Okay, yeah, now we have so many kohlrabis that they don't eat the berries anymore, which means we have more than enough berries. But I really should build the medium warehouse so that we can store the berries. This will explode in 3 days. Okay, I don't care about that. I think I'm gonna unpause the next breeding pod. Sure, why not? Oh, beavers without a job. Right, more jobs. How about more builders? 100 science points. We have more than enough science points. Did we get that one? Awesome. So, cut this path. I think I'm just gonna do stairs up and down here. Destroy the path. And then close this with levees. And this will now be your most important task. Right after you've built the builder's hut, please do that first. Come on. Awesome. Okay, and then this is prepared here. So what we need down here is 1, 2, 3, 4 levees and a floodgate. Like that. We want to have the, you know, the water be able to get out here as fast as possible, but also to be able to close everything once the bad tide hits. So we'll open this for now. And once the bad tide starts, we'll close this again. Later on, we can automate this. Right, now we can store planks. We can also store berries, which means 1 gatherer flag should be enough, actually. We have quite a lot of berries now. I'm gonna leave the second one. We could also think about building a 3rd deep water pump. Just because, you know, water isn't that high and will get longer dry seasons. We'll probably want to irrigate this thing here in the future. This could be, you know, a pond that irrigates all this. Maybe over here as well, we'll see, even though we'll have to be careful about that thing. And unstable core. Oh, yeah, you know what? Let's watch this explode. And then we'll call it the end of the first episode here. We'll be ready for the bad tide and we'll see what this thing does against the bad tide in the next episode. Since we have dry season right now, no more bad water is coming out of this, so that's what we saw here was just, you know, the bits that were stored in there. Did I cut this off? I did. Okay, this is almost done. This will be done in time, and we'll continue with this in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm certainly enjoying it, even though I did the tiny mistake. Unlocking the levees before we had enough science. So that I had to build an inventor's hut. Do better than I did. You don't need to do that. I know it because in my test game I didn't need to do it. Enough said for now. Thanks a lot. Please hit that like and subscribe buttons. That would really mean a lot to me. And I will see you in the next episode. Until then, have a good one. Bye bye.